Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Ashraf Jandali, and today in my episode number 2 of Lightroom and Photoshop tips, we're going to be talking about the new Lightroom 5. What are the good things in Lightroom number 5? And in Lightroom number 5, which you can see right now, it's Lightroom5 Beta. The good thing that you can right now install it for free and play around with it and see what amazing stuff are there in it. The first thing that I'm going to talk about is that at that stage itself, you can edit an image even though physically the image itself is not on your hard disk. Let's say, for example, you work on your laptop and you've taken your laptop out, so you removed all the external hard drive which you were working on it, and while you are on the move, you can just simply go to an image and do your editing even though the image is not on your hard disk. As you can see, that image, it shows that it's not available. You can see the question mark that indicates that the image is not foundable right now at that stage. I can just simply go to my image. I go to the development or the develop mode by pressing D. It will take me over there, and once it opens, I can just simply go to my image and change exactly anything I want as if my image is sitting on my hard disk. And the only trick that you need to do for it to work, now once you go to your import, and that's by clicking Command-Shift-I, I can just simply, before I import my image, there is a new thing called Build Smart Previews. Once you click on that, you will be able to get that feature. So if you think that you will require such kind of option, before you import your image, remember to click on Build Smart Previews. And that's our first option and feature, which gonna be in Lightroom 5. Now, the second feature that we're gonna talk about is as follows. In the normal way, I can just go and see my image like so. I can keep on, trying to find out any spot. I can somehow visualize a spot in here. I can just go like that, keep on looking as of a normal way, one by, like spot by spot. Can see one spot in this side and one spot also on that side. I don't need to do that anymore. It is as simple as going to our development mode. I will click on my spot remover, and now, amazingly, there is an option called Visualize Spots. See? I can click on Visualize Spots, and now by increasing that dial, I can just little bit go up, and now look at this. Look at that. Now I can see my spots even though I don't need to really zoom in. You can see that there is a spot here. I just come and remove it. The same thing with the second one, remove it, and now I can just go just freely and try to find out. So I can see a spot in here, which is, even though I can increase the dial, you can just see it much better. This is a spot, definitely that's a spot. And that's also with the circle like that, that's definitely a spot. So as you can see, I don't need to really go deep to search for my spots anymore. And thanks to the new feature in Lightroom 5, which is called Visualize Spots. And that is our second amazing feature in Lightroom. The third one, and the third good new feature in Lightroom 5 is that right now I can have something called Radial filter. Now, normally we have the brush filter, we have the gradient filter, and now we have a new filter which is called Radial filter. Now, with that filter, all I can do is that I can, draw a circle or an oval in my case right now, because I want to highlight on that castle, if I can say it's a castle or whatever it is. So I can just do exactly the things which I used to do on my brush or my gradient filter. can either, you know, increase or decrease the amount that I want. I can just increase the clarity, for example, only at that area which is inside the circle. I can definitely, you know, play with the sharpness, you know, saturation, anything I want. And as well as I can change my feathering. Now, the less feathering, that means it's gonna be like an obvious circle, which is gonna look really odd. But normally we'll go with a fair amount of you know, feathering, like so. In case if you want to do the opposite, immediately you can click on invert the mask. As you can see, it inverted what I was doing. Definitely that's not good. That's what we want. And also the good thing about that, you can just anytime go to new and, you know, do another one in such case. So you can have different radial filter in different places, like so. Okay, so that is our third feature, which is gonna be in Lightroom number 5, and then we're gonna go to something which is extremely amazing, ladies and gentlemen, which is the lens correction. Trust me, that's until now from my side, that's the most amazing feature that gonna be in Lightroom 5. Now, what we can do is we can go to the we can go to development module. Okay, let me open that image like so, and then I will go to the development module, and now I can just go to our lens correction. Before, we used to go and just click on enable the profile correction. Depending on the lens, it will automatically detect the type of lens that you had on your camera, and then you can just go to manual. Okay, and this they just play with the you know, vertical, horizontal, depending on what you want to change. Now, amazingly, you don't need to do anything about that. You have an option, you can level your image. Lightroom will look on your horizon and it will automatically level your image, as you can see. That was before and that is after. It did automatically level my horizon. Or I can just tell Lightroom, please look at the vertical you know, buildings and correct it. Look at that. Just look at that. Isn't that amazing? Look at before and after. It does everything by itself. And also I can tell Lightroom to figure the things by itself. I just say auto, and by itself it will have some kind of combination between the vertical and the leveling. Automatically it can do it. Or I can tell Lightroom, can you do everything? Do the level, do the vertical, do everything. I don't need to do anything. So it's up to you to choose one of them depending on how you want your images. If you don't want to lose some of the, you know, part of the image, like so, you can choose any of those you know, new features in the lens correction. Definitely that's the best feature that I can see in Lightroom number 5. And now the last feature which is new to Lightroom number 5 is the healing brush. Now, before we used to mention it as the spot remover, and now we can also mention it not only a spot remover, it is also a healing brush. Now if I go to my spot remover, I'll make sure it's heal and it's not clone because that's more accurate. And now in the normal way, I can just, let's say if I did find a spot, I just click on it and it will remove it for me. And now all I can do as well is just click on the place I want. I can brush on it and it will remove that line or anything I want. Even if I want to remove a whole, let's say, stone or something on the ground, I can just simply do that. So let's say, for example, I have, you know, that line in here, I just come like that and just, you know, brush on it. I can, you know, just simply remove it. It may go to the wrong place to detect from where it should take it. I can just go to that and just, you know, choose the right place for this, and yes, that's how we can do it. Right now, Lightroom is really, especially, Lightroom number 5 is really gonna have some really nice features which really gonna help us. That's it. That's all what we're gonna talk about for in our episode. Thank you for watching. Hope that you enjoyed it. This is Ashraf Jindali. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you can always get the new updates.